brother had been sexually harassing my wife and my family is on his side.
I actually found this out months ago, but the drama has been so bad between my family. My brother has divorced, is out of a job and broke. And this only came out because he needed a place to stay, so I asked my wife if she was fine with him coming to live with us. That's when she admitted everything that was going on because she was uncomfortable with the idea of him living here. How he got drunk and groped her over a year ago at a Christmas Eve party with my family when she was outside. Then how she started getting gross texts from him, either nudes or asking her to come over because he was so lonely and wanted to have a good time. All of this was only when he was drunk off his ass, according to him.
She never told me any of this because she knew how close we were, and my sister, who saw him groping her, convinced her not to because then she'd be ruining my relationship with him. My wife carried this for a whole year and I never knew. She had all the texts he sent her saved, and that was as a precaution, in case he ever tried to turn this on her, like if it was something consensual between them. My wife apologized to me a million times for not telling me sooner, and I couldn't believe it. I felt like I needed to be the one on my knees begging for forgiveness for her having to deal with all that. Obviously my brother did not stay with us. Instead of kicking his ass like I really wanted to, I kicked him to the curb. He didn't have anywhere to live for a while until he had some family take him in a few hours away.
My family has not stopped giving us shit over this. Not only did my sister know what he was doing, but apparently my mom too, because she was defending him. That he was just having a hard time getting back on his feet, and obviously my brother would never do that to me. I honestly can't believe it. Even now that it's been a couple months, they still keep telling me what a shitty brother I am for not helping him when he needs it most, and he's always looked up to me. My wife still feels bad and like this is all her fault. And I don't want her to feel that way, so that's mostly why I'm considering completely cutting them off.
It's been too much drama with them, and it horrifies me that even after finding out what he was doing, he himself admitted everything was true, they were still mad at me for not housing him. And were basically fine with what he did because of everything he's going through. I'm also just sad about the whole thing. The situation has made me see my family in a whole new light, and I don't like it at all. My family has been wonderful in so many other ways and I love them, but it seems like this is the one thing that's gonna tear us apart. Is this it? Is this the time to go no contact? Because I'm not sure how much more of their crap I could take, and my wife sure as hell doesn't deserve this.
Fuck them all off. When your family so easily dismiss, ignore or accept this sort of behavior, they're just as culpable. They're enabling him.
He ruined things, not you.
Not your wife. What a despicable little man he is. Your wife hasn't done anything wrong. And neither have you. You guys have to be strong for each other. I wouldn't give that little man another thought. Move forward together. Honestly, I'd ditch the entire family. Huge disrespect towards your wife. I would be so angry I'll never want to talk to them again. Don't know how you have so much patience. Please just ditch them and make sure your wife can feel safe again. Forward your mom and dad the most graphic of the text your brother sent your wife with a
comment. This is just an example of what your golden child sent my wife.
Apparently, you think this acceptable. I do not, because you do. I will be going NC. And when other family members asks why, I will share this text. Block them and watch them squirm.
See if they like the dirty laundry aired out.
The next time they start in on you, calmly ask, so I'm supposed to just wait until he gets drunk again. Tries to rape my wife. And when they start he would never throw the nude pic in their face. Not stating it, send the pics in the text where he's stating he wants to fuck. If they still support him, then they don't have your back at all. Well, it sounds like your brother is the golden child who can do nothing wrong. I am so sorry for your wife, and I would go no contact with them. Why would you need people like this in your life?
Why didn't they take him in when he had nowhere to live? Too handsy for them?
Tell your family. All of them. Every single one you mentioned here. to go fuck themselves. It is their behavior that perpetuates victims like your wife being uncomfortable with telling the truth as soon as possible. She held on to it for a long time because of them. Fuck all of them. When you realize that you've got garbage in the house, the best time to throw it out is now. Forward his dick pics and screenshots of his unsolicited sex to your whole family. If they expect your wife to be fine with having to see his gross dick, they should be too. Just cut ties with them. They covered for him harassing and sexually assaulting your wife. If you have kids in the future, I wouldn't want them around the children. I second black and white paint.
Tell them they can either drop the guilt tripping or loose you.
Whatever their outcome, you should still go no contact. Hopefully telling them this first may make the break more understandable for them. People like this will chase and harass you for going no contact for no reason. If you still have the evidence, give each of them a copy and walk away. Have the best life with your wife. Whatever you do, do not let him live with you. If your mother and sister think his behavior is okay, he can live with them, and you do not need to have any contact with him from now on. What he did to your wife is illegal, and is something that should be reported. Make it clear to your wife that she should have come to you no matter what. This is not okay and she's your family. Holy shit. Please tell your wife none of this is her fault and suggest finding someone for her to talk to
about this.
I would then forward screenshots of all the disgusting messages, nudes and all, to your family and then ask how they can defend him before cutting them off until such a time as you see fit. I'm especially angry at your sister who manipulated your wife into silence.
I don't believe in the whole women should stick together ideal, but she witnessed sexual
harassment and instead of being a decent human being, she covered it up and obviously has zero remorse about it.
The quote of, when someone shows you their true self,
believe them the first time, usually shows up in this sub in relation to romantic relationships. But it 100% works in familial contexts like this one too. It doesn't matter how wonderful your family seemed to be when you were a kid, or how much they have seemingly loving values and morals when the chips are down. They will look between the aggressor and the victim and choose the aggressor. Doesn't matter that the aggressor is family, you and your wife are too. And you two still were discarded. Their morals are bendable to the whims of their loved ones, and you and your wife are clearly not in that category. Leave now before they harm the both of you any more than they already have. What your mom and sister were doing by getting your wife to hide it from you was making sure a sexual assault victim was still available to the person who assaulted her. Your sister saw him grope her, talked her out of telling you, and he continued going after her after that. This went on for a year, with your mom and sister excusing his behavior and getting your wife to hide it from you. And knowing the extent of it, they're still excusing it. No need to ask about your brother. That relationship should be over. But about your mom and sister, based on this behavior, do you believe they would protect your children from their uncle, or another abusive family member or friend? You see how easily they manipulated your wife. Can you trust them not to tell your 5-year-old, don't tell mommy and daddy? Your wife comes first. Extended family second. That means all of them. You didn't cause this. Your wife didn't cause this. Your family did by hiding it and protecting an abuser. All in the name of family. If he looked up to you so much, then why did he want you to be hurt by this? Why did he use your trust and abuse it? Golden child can do no wrong. Are you the one they look to be the rescuer or the scapegoat child? Sounds like a toxic family that does not value you or your wife, and certainly not your boundaries, or the value you place on your wife's physical and mental health. You did well in protecting your wife, but any boundary you have was going to get huge pushback. You may want to look up how dysfunctional family function.
Key words are rocking the boat, golden child,
Scapegoat child, which will lead you to see if your family favors one child and how to create strong boundaries and manage the guilt that comes with enforcing those boundaries and embracing being the bad guy. I wish you luck. No contact takes practice, and understanding the pushback and how to create boundaries is a useful
place to start.
What are you saying back? You should tell these fucks that your bastard of a brother groped your wife and sent her lewd texts. If they repeat their argument, respond by sending them some of his texts. Your wife should have told you, your shady relations are not worth a fracture in your marriage. Wife from these a-holes. I would take the pictures to the police. Here, that is sexual harassment, and he would get charged. Also, no more chances. Cut them off. Tell them not to ever contact you again. You come from a shitty family. Build your own family and cut all contact with these people.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Caracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.